next news. Breaking news from the White House.
$600 billion. That's how much the Trump administration just slashed from the federal deficit in a single year. The mainstream media? Crickets. They don't want you to know. While they were busy predicting economic doom, President Trump was quietly engineering the greatest economic turnaround in modern American history. From energy independence to infrastructure expansion to putting real money back in working families' pockets, the America First economic machine is firing on all cylinders. And today, top administration officials are pulling back the curtain on exactly how they're doing it. What they revealed will have the establishment panicking. And here's why this matters to you. Remember when the so-called experts said that Trump's tariffs would destroy the economy? Remember when they predicted inflation would spiral out of control? They were wrong, all of them, dead wrong. Now your paycheck is going further because gas prices are coming down. Your small business can actually compete because the working family's tax cut is giving you the certainty to invest and grow. Your kids in rural America can finally get reliable internet because this administration is actually building infrastructure instead of just talking about it. But here's what gets me fired up. Every single Democrat in Congress voted against that working family's tax cut. Every single one. They voted against your prosperity. They voted against small manufacturers creating jobs in your community. And now they have to watch as President Trump delivers win after win while they have nothing to show but obstruction and failure. It's not just about numbers. This is about whether America's working families can get ahead or whether the establishment keeps them down. Now, speaking of feeling the difference in your daily life, I need to tell you about something that has personally transformed my own energy and my health. I've tried hundreds of supplements over the years. Nothing, and I mean nothing, has delivered results like C60 Evo. This Nobel Prize winning molecule made lab animals live 90% longer. And now I understand why. My brain fog completely gone. Joint pain I've dealt with for years virtually eliminated. My wife's skin looks 10 years younger, and so does mine. And my energy levels feel like I'm 20 years younger. And here's what blows my mind. This molecule is 172 times more powerful than vitamin C and worth more than gold per ounce. Chris Burris, he's been making this in his Houston lab for years. The results speak for themselves. When you're fighting to stay sharp and energized in these crazy times, you need every advantage you can get, and C60 Evo is mine. Go to c60evo.com/NNN for your exclusive benefits. Now let's get back to how the Trump administration is building an economic powerhouse that the establishment never saw coming. Here's what the media doesn't want you to see. It's not just the big numbers they're hiding. It's the strategy behind the surge. From waiving the Jones Act to getting refined products flowing to releasing strategic reserves in coordination with our allies to permitting reforms that are putting tower crews back to work across rural America. This is a coordinated economic assault on the failed policies of the past. And the officials driving it are now going on record about exactly what's working. And I'm going to show you what they have just said. Here's NEC Director Kevin Hassett explaining how the Trump administration has taken a lot of steps to mitigate the temporary rise in oil prices. Listen carefully.
Gasoline prices can come on down pretty rapidly, can't they?
They can, and we've taken a number of measures, as you know, the kind of thing that you advocated when you were in my spot, that we released the strategic reserve.
Yes.
We coordinated with our allies to do so as well. We increased ethanol production in the summer. So we've done a lot to put downward pressure on oil prices and gasoline prices. The refined products, we waived the Jones Act so the refined products could go from the Gulf of America to the West Coast. We've taken a lot of steps, and now with hopefully the peace deal being finalized by JD over the weekend and the team, then things can get back to normal really relatively quickly. The final thing I want to say about this is that don't underestimate the power of the supply side of this economy to continue to push prices down and welfare and incomes and growth up. As you saw that we got the capital goods data this week, and it's actually orders and shipments of capital goods are the highest on record, the highest in history. But not not only that, but something that Alan Greenspan taught me when I was a little kid at the Fed is that what you really want to see is those things skyrocketing while orders are higher than shipments, because that means future shipments are going to even be bigger, and that's what goes into GDP. And so right now, in addition, we found that 54,000 people are out there building new factories. We see that in the jobs data, and so we're at a supply side boom, which is one of the reasons why the economy has stayed so strong. I think that market participants and investors and corporations, they all tell me, I talk to CEOs as you did every day, that they got their eye on the horizon and they understand that this is a temporary disruption, and they're investing through it because they're really racing to beat the other guys for market share because the economy is doing so well.
That's amazing. From managing oil market disruptions to highlighting $600 billion reduction in the deficit, Hassett continues to outline the Trump administration's economic triumphs, underscoring the fiscal victory over excessive spending. Here's more with Maria Bartiromo.
What are the efforts in terms of cutting spending right now, Kevin?
Oh, well, I mean, absolutely, we've made a huge amount of progress. And I think the biggest thing that we can point to is that we've cut government employment by, more than 300,000 workers. And those are jobs that, are very high paying that are gone forever. And that reduces government spending by, unthinkable amounts of money, maybe as much as $1 trillion over the next 10 years. We reduced the deficit last year by $600 billion because of higher growth than people thought, and the tariff revenue, and more supply side effect of the tax cuts. That's the kind of thing that we expect to see year after year after year. But if you wonder whether we're serious, look at the cut in federal government employment and understand that that's something that is in the baseline now, and it's a cut that's going to be there for each of the next 10 years.
And the wins keep racking up. As Hassett emphasizes fiscal discipline, we move from financial oversight to innovative growth. Brendan Carr reveals the leap in rural connectivity and the strides in technology infrastructure. Here is Brendan Carr of the FCC.
You the view because I want to illustrate that it's communities like these. That's why the Trump administration is really pushing this, the connectivity, so that people out here, they can also be online. Their cell phone works, just like all of us in D.C. or every other major city.
Yeah, we're seeing really good progress right now. We've got this new generation of low Earth orbit satellites. We're doing high-speed internet. We've got fixed wireless, 5G, 6G. America's going to lead the way on 6G again. And again, cell phone speeds are up quite dramatically. Cell phone prices are down. We're going to keep at it.
We are not letting up. All brakes, no gas. More infrastructure builds across the country, thanks to permitting reform, continuing the theme of progress as rural America gains faster internet, car credits, improve regulations for boosting infrastructure. Here's more.
It's a lot of fun. Look, America's tower crews are here. We're with Jeremy and Cameron and the whole team. Most people, when they turn on their phone or their TV, they think it works on magic or pixie dust, but it's the hard work of these crews. And look, President Trump is delivering for these guys. Wages are up. These crews love President Trump. We're going to keep working hard at the FCC to try to make their jobs.
There's also a need, though, still.
There is. We have about 20,000 tower climbers now. We're getting more infrastructure builds across the country thanks to all the permitting reform we're doing. So these guys are going to be in high demand. Today, they're actually on a project replacing the guy wires. I'm pretty sure they're probably okay. They haven't replaced them yet. They'll probably last, at least another couple of weeks before they have to replace them. But that's the work they're doing here.
From nationwide connectivity advancements, now see how Trump's tax policies are empowering small manufacturers. Another real-world win thanks to President Trump. Listen.
The Working Families Tax Cut Act gives us confidence and certainty when we invest into our business by expanding jobs and implementing new technologies and equipment. All of this is impactful for our community where we continue to grow and push advanced manufacturing jobs, which are career opportunities for many people within our local area. We are deeply grateful for the National Association of Manufacturers and this administration for truly prioritizing small American manufacturing. Small family-owned businesses like ours can't compete without these provisions, and this allows us to do what we do best, make premier products and give the best career opportunities for our community.
Another win. Are you guys tired of winning yet? I don't think so. So, this is the part that should terrify the establishment and excite every single American patriot. What you're witnessing isn't luck. It's not a fluke. This is the deliberate, strategic dismantling of the big government machine that's been choking American prosperity for decades. 300,000 federal jobs eliminated, and that's $1 trillion in savings over the next 10 years. Energy policy designed to stabilize markets and keep prices down for American families. Infrastructure actually getting built because permits are being approved instead of being strangled by bureaucratic red tape. And real businesses, real manufacturers, real working families saying that for the first time they have the confidence to invest, to grow, and to hire. This is what America First economics looks like in action. The Democrats who voted against every single piece of it are going to have to answer to the voters who can now see the results with their own eyes. See, we're living through an economic renaissance. The corrupt media establishment will never tell you the truth about it. And that's why the Next News Network exists. That's why your support matters more than ever. We bring you the stories they bury, the victories they hide, and the truth they desperately want to keep from you. So here's what I need you to do. Text raw feed to 844-840-4963. That's how we maintain a direct line of communication when the YouTube notifications never arrive and the algorithm buries us under cat videos. And share this video with everybody that you know who needs to hear the real story about Trump's economy. Drop a comment and tell me, are you feeling the difference from these policies in your own life? Yes or no? I want to hear from you. And don't forget to check out the Next News merch shelf below this video to show your support for independent America First journalism. Hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and help us keep fighting the good fight, because when they try to silence the truth, we only get louder. Stay informed and stay free.
The system controls information. Information control is power. I want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.